Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Hangar Bar.
Welcome, welcome.
We are going to do a little bit of something different today. Let me explain why. We'll get into what we're talking about when we get the episode kicked off.
Okay.
But I'm sure all of our listeners out there understand, well, maybe they don't. As church musicians, we have a lot going on right now.
Yes.
Rehearsals for Palm Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Easter, all of that. So peek into the curtain. Candace and I are also church musicians. We have a lot going on with Holy Week, so we did not get a full long form episode recorded. We want to be true to what this podcast is. We want you to be with us every step of the way. So we're releasing something this week that's just probably going to be a little bit shorter, maybe a little bit more fun, a little bit more lighthearted, all of those kind of things. And that's what today is going to be all about. So, Candace, does that sound fair?
That sounds fair.
Okay, thanks for being with us, everybody. And we'll get you kicked off here in just a second. Hey, welcome to Hanging at the Hangar Bar. I'm Scott.
And I'm Candace. We're here to chat all things Disney as child-free Disney adults. Stories, snacks, and a little magic along the way.
Grab a drink and get comfy and come hang out with us. Okay, Candace.
Yes.
We are going on a Disney trip.
Yes, we are.
Soon-ish.
Ish.
Later this summer, early fall, we're going on a Disney trip.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk a little bit about what goes into our Disney park bag.
Okay.
So listeners, you can probably use this as a little bit of a planning, use it as an idea generator kind of thing, because everybody has different things in their park bag.
Mm-hmm.
So as we get started talking about this, everybody come out to our socials. Let us know what's in your park bag. If you're a Disney park goer, let us know what your essentials are, what you have to have. We'd love to hear from you, but we're going to tell you all about ours today. Okay. So first, what kind of bags can you take into the park, Candace?
So you can pretty much take anything. I know that we have changed our park bag style during the time that we've been going. We actually started off with a standard backpack that we used to cram all kinds of crap into.
Mm-hmm.
And now we take a crossbody that has a small compartment to carry stuff and then a spot for a water bottle.
Yeah.
Which I think is essential.
Yeah, I still am a fan of the backpack. I like a little bit more space, but we'll get into that as we talk over the next few minutes. So, what are the things that go in besides the great big water bottle that you can refill any number of places, or there's water filling stations, you can go to quick service and they'll give you free water. They won't fill your bottle for you, but they'll give you cups. You can always dump them into your insulated bottle or whatever. That's probably a good tip. Insulated water bottle so it stays cold.
Yes.
And
Or if you don't want to bother with a water bottle, please remember that all quick service locations offer free ice water. If it's not out in a cooler type situation or a dispenser type situation, just ask.
Yep. 100%. They want you to stay hydrated. Florida gets hot.
Yes.
And the sun shines a lot.
And especially if you are drinking.
Yes. A drink of water with every drink of alcoholic beverage.
Yes, please, and thank you.
Yes. Okay, so what else goes into your crossbody?
So we typically have sunscreen. We have hand sanitizer.
Right.
We typically have a small first aid kit.
What goes into your first aid kit?
Band-Aids, moleskin. I do typically take some Tylenol or something like that, just in case a headache pops up, because again, heat.
Or a blister. It's a pain reliever, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm trying to think. Oh, gift cards.
Yes. Money of some sort.
Money, yes.
Credit cards, gift card, something that you
Yes.
can use in case the magic band fails, or if you have
We
gift
always
cards
have a
to
backup.
use. Right.
Yep.
If you have gift cards to use, those don't link to your magic band. You have to use the gift card. So
Yep.
if you don't get one of the wristlet ones, you can always just have a physical card, carry it in that little crossbody bag.
Mm-hmm. For the crossbody, that's really about it, because that's really all that will fit in there.
Right.
Oh, and the external batteries for
Yes.
phones.
Yes.
Yes.
And here's a question I have for our frequent Disney park guests. We have some batteries, some external batteries. What do you suggest for external batteries? I like ours because they seem to hold a charge pretty well, but they also drain pretty fast when you're trying to use them. So for every percent that your phone goes up, that battery drops by 1 or 2%. So
Hmm.
it's hard to get a full charge out of one of those batteries. And I know at Disney they have the
Fuel rods.
fuel rods that you can always replace, and you can get those from a lot of different places and just exchange them. Is that probably the best, or are there better ones out there?
I would say just for convenience, that's probably what I would go with. I mean, it
Okay.
is a bit of an investment up front. It's like $30 for the first one,
Right.
but then you get to switch them out as you need them.
Right.
The tough thing I think is paying enough attention to your power supply to know when you're going to need them so you can go find a fuel rod location.
Right. Because it's not like they're everywhere.
No. They are quite frequent, but not
Yeah.
everywhere.
And you don't necessarily want to go hiking all the way across the park just to get a spare battery charger.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So that's about it for the crossbody. So like I said, I am still a fan of the big backpack.
Okay.
And backpacks come with pluses and minuses, right?
Yes.
The minuses are it's hard, like going on attractions, especially roller coasters, that kind of thing. They're just kind of in the way. They add bulk, you wear them on your back, it gets super hot, they get super sweaty, all of those kind of things. But in my mind, the good outweighs the bad
Hmm.
because you have so much more space.
Right. And another thing too is that a lot of backpacks have padded straps,
Right.
which the crossbody does not. And I know we had one of those little string backpacks a while ago, and that was the worst thing ever because it cut into you all day long.
Right. Hot take, don't do that. As the backpack carrier, do not take something that just has strings. It hurts.
Hmm.
By an hour after you're doing it, it hurts. But and a reason why I think I like the backpack, the padded straps, all of that is it rains in Disney.
That it does. Often.
If you have a poncho or an umbrella or something like that, it can go into the bag, or both, or all three, or whatever. It can fit in that bag.
Hmm.
You like water attractions, the Kali River Rapids or Tiana's. I wished I had remembered to put a change of socks into my backpack when we went on Tiana's
Mm.
because my socks were soaked. Like my shirt will dry, all of that, but walking around in wet socks leads to sores,
Hmm.
leads to squishiness, leads to stinkiness, all of those kinds of things.
Blisters.
Blisters, yeah, it sucks.
Hmm.
So throw in an extra pair of socks
Right.
for each
Also,
person.
just carry around like some extra zip top bags to
Hmm.
put your electronics in when you do go on those water
Yeah.
rides.
I know people that will, before they get on any water ride, will put their poncho on, and then their backpack goes up underneath that poncho too to keep everything dry,
Hmm.
which is a genius plan. I don't know why I never thought of doing that. Even when I get on the attraction, I don't think of doing that now because apparently I don't listen to good advice.
Well,
Well, what are you going to do?
yeah.
What else do I like to have in my bag?
Oh, let's go back to umbrellas for just a minute.
Yeah,
Now, knowing that you will need to go through security and a bag check when you are entering the parks or a monorail riding line or whatever
right.
you want to call it. If you do pack an umbrella to take with you, make sure to take that out of your bag before you go through the metal detector because it will read on the metal detector and they will pull it. They'll pull your bag. Whereas if you take it out just in your hand, we usually get through with
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah, just take it out, hold it out in front of you so they can see what it is, and you'll walk right on by.
Yep.
That's a tip that security actually tells you. It's not like you're breaking any rules when you do that. When security searches your bag and they're like, "Oh, you got held up by your umbrella," just hold it out in front of you next time.
Right.
Just do that. What else? What are some things, Candace, that you've wished that we put in a park bag that we didn't have?
The only other thing that I can possibly think of would maybe be a change of shoes. Like if your shoes get super wet
Hmm.
or something like that. But again, that takes up a lot of
Right.
space and it takes up a lot of, it can add a lot of bulk to a
Right.
backpack. But I think that's that's a good idea.
Yeah, I do too. And that brings up another point. Depending on the time of year, whether not only does like weather change, like rain, sun, all of that. If you're there in the late fall, winter,
It gets cold.
you're going to go from being hot to being cool to being perfect to being cold back to being hot again, probably within your first 4 hours of being in the park.
Mm-hmm.
So carrying a sweatshirt or a lightweight jacket or something like that that's easy and small to kind of roll up to put in your bag, that's another big hack of bring that layer along
Right.
and make sure it fits in your bag. Like pack all of this up and then understand you may have souvenirs that need to go in with all of that as well. So as you're packing, make sure you keep space for all the things that you're going to want.
Right.
That's the other advantage of a big park bag right now is they used to have if you were staying on property, they would send your stuff back to your resort room for you. Since COVID, that hasn't come back. Cross your fingers, hope it will. I think they are testing it again.
In some of the resorts.
Right.
Yeah.
So hopefully that comes back if you're staying on property, because that is a huge perk to staying on property.
Mm-hmm.
But right now,
You have to carry
you
it.
have to carry it. So if you buy that souvenir when you see it at 10 o'clock in the morning and you're not planning on leaving the park till midnight, that has to stay with you.
Or you can go rent a locker, but
Right.
the problem that I can see with myself doing that is I would forget.
Right. Yes. Yeah, and I'm not I know how to ship things if you are at Disney Springs. So shipping things to your house from Disney Springs so you don't have to carry it home and try and get it on the airplane, that kind of thing, is pretty easy to do. I don't know how to do that in park anymore.
I would assume it would be much like it is at Disney Springs, where you just talk to a cast member and say, I need to ship this.
Well, but at Disney Springs, they'll send you with your merchandise and you go to a location where they will box it up and ship it to you.
That might be the same in the parks. You may have to go to
Right.
guest
Good.
relations or something like that rather
Right.
than in shop.
Right.
But
So Hangar Bar Crew, we are talking about buying some stemware for our bar when we're there in later this year. We are not going to try and carry that around the park or try and bring that home with us in our luggage. So hold us accountable to telling you how shipping from the parks works later this year when we get back, because that's one of the things that we've talked about doing is they have really good stemware in France, in Germany,
mhm.
probably even in England if you want like beer steins, that kind of thing. Germany has the beer steins too,
Yep.
but like the glass beer steins, that those will be there. Did we talk about anti-chafing?
No, we did not.
So that's another thing.
Yes, that's a very good idea.
Not all of us have thighs that don't rub together when we are walking through the parks,
Or other parts that,
or other parts that just maybe get a little inflamed.
yes,
Gold Bond powders, they actually make sticks of stuff that you can rub on that are
work really well.
anti-chafing. Yeah, really, really well. Some of those come in small tubes, some are in bigger containers. Take some of that along, especially if you're prone to a little bit of chafing. If you are the Andy Bernard of race running and you have to worry about that, just make sure you prepare for that as well.
Yeah.
What are we forgetting about park bags? What you've talked to a lot of people that have gone to the parks.
Mm-hmm.
What have they said were some of the
Oh, not necessarily. Well, kind of. I was going to say it's more along the lines for people with kids, but I think this can hold true of anybody, especially if, they have maybe like a medical episode or something like not episode, but medical condition
Mm-hmm.
where they need quick and easy access to a snack.
Yeah, couple you're standing in line in a 70-minute line for an attraction and you feel like I need to eat something, my blood sugar's dropping.
Mm-hmm.
A protein bar, something along those lines, just
Little
stuck
pack
in
of
the
nuts or something.
just stuck in the bottom of your bag. Plenty of room. Like that's the beautiful thing about being able to take a bag in with you.
Yes,
And it doesn't
absolutely.
have to be clear. It's not like stadium rules. It's none of that kind of stuff. So yeah, just all snacks. An extra bottle of water if you want. Like if you're
Mm-hmm.
taking plastic bottles of water, throw a couple extras into your bag. The other benefit to that is that as you consume them during the day, your bag gets lighter.
Right.
So I'm not a big one on single-use plastics, especially water bottles like that when you can take an insulated one, because your bottle of water, your plastic bottle of water in your bag for 4 hours will get warm.
Yeah.
So if you don't like tepid water, then
Maybe
find a way
don't
to keep
do
it cold.
that, but I mean, it's still like, and one of our big things that we've started doing is actually placing an Instacart order to be at our resort,
Mm-hmm.
waiting at baggage claim or bag services, bell
Right.
services when we get there. And it's typically like some fruit snacks or something like that, and then a case of bottled water. Because let me tell you, friends, if you've not been, Florida water is funky,
Right.
tastes rather swampy.
Yes.
So do what you need to do, but I would highly recommend Instacarting from somewhere. There's lots of stores in the area
Yep.
that can hook you up with that kind of thing. And yeah, there's a nominal fee associated with it, but it's so well worth it to me.
Right. And it's cheaper than trying to buy all that stuff on property.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Considering that one bottle of water, and Dasani no less, is $4.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Okay, again, folks, I know this was a shorter episode, but Candace, let's end this here. What if you could only take one thing into the park with you, what would it be?
Water bottle.
A water bottle? I would take an umbrella or a poncho, something to keep yourself from getting wet in rainstorms, water rides, that kind of thing. I would not want to go buy a $15 poncho every time I decided I was either wanted to get wet or was forced to get wet.
Fair enough.
Okay, folks, let us know what's in your park bag. We want to know, what are we missing out on? There's got to be things that you have as life hacks for Disney that we don't know about. Let us know what you think should go into your ideal park bag. And remember, there is always a great big beautiful tomorrow.
And we'll see you real soon.